Good morning, I'm here with Dmitry Vilensky, founding member of Chto Delat, to hear a bit about his work. So my first question is about the notion of the collective, which was an idea that was born in the 60s amidst this period of great experimentation and social change. In your opinion, in what way have these original sort of founding principles of collectives been continued, and how does the collective work today, and in the case of Chto Delat especially?
Very good question. Very complicated one.
Yeah,
Actually, we are being here in Italy, we are very much inspired by Italian theory and activism, and actually such people like Antonio Negri, Paolo Virno play a big role in our intellectual and activist development. And right now, I would say that we imagine our collectivity as ensemble of singularities. It's a very important political term, how you can build the form of collective where people can say we at certain moment, but at the same time not subsume the personal, individual or singular quality of their work. So for us it's really interesting to find a balance between these two ideas, because the modes of collectivization, collectivism, it's really very suspicious through the history of 20th century, but right now I think it makes sense to try to renew it. So, and that's why in our group we have 4 artists, 5 people with more theoretical writing background, and we will try that their voices can connect each other into new unity, and it's precious.
Okay. And my next question is, how would you describe the dynamic between the artist and commission projects in the current Russian art scene, and how has it affected your work and the collective?
Excuse me, current commission?
Between the dynamics between artists and commissioned projects currently in Russia. I understand that commissioning is sort of quite important.
It's quite wrong question, because we don't have, we do not participate in local Russian art situation, because our practice and our political stance is completely unrecognized by mainstream and Russian institutions. And also then it maybe run us into big story why, for example, in Russia still, we discussed it here at the panel with Victor Meziana and Katie, that actually through last 2 decades, Russian scene failed to develop institutions of critical thinking and research. And we also, from the beginning, clearly understood it and was trying to build our own institution. It means that we have the goals of our own.
Sorry, I didn't mean that your work was sort of involved in that. I meant more, how has your work developed? Is it sort of almost a reaction to that scene at the moment, or...?
Actually for us, the point of departure, of course we doing sort of institutional critique, in particular the position of culture in Russian society, but always departure for our works, the cases that we study and analyze, and they lay outside art world. It's mostly kind of social political conflicts that happen in kind of everyday lives, that we really think that art need to interfere and make statements. Why it's so bad, at least why we are so angry, But at the same time, it's also for me right now, it's very interesting to problematize more generally the issues between mission and commission, because we always say we have a mission of our own. That's why we can build political alliances, use different situations to promote our goals.
Which in a sense gives you freedom.
Yeah, kind of, because actually what is good right now about art system is the principle of arm's length, where you get funding, but at the same time you carry on total responsibility from your messages. There is no kind of direct censorship. You just develop your own agenda, and then curators and the art will see how it works. So if it's interesting, this articulation, or not so interesting. So it's really a very complex struggle.
So you feel it's been a struggle for the collective to find, or have you sort of had to find new ways of getting your work seen and in the public by the fact that it's not really been supported by the structures currently in place in the Russian art?
You know, I mean, in Russian situation, or for example, internationally, we know mostly in art world, and the whole economy of collective comes from art world. But at the same time, yes, we participate in many conferences, we are teaching and doing some activist stuff, participating in social forums and so on. But in Russia, consciously withdrawing from art context, we very active in another context. In Russia, we are particular disseminating our knowledge, our ideas and works through internet, the networks of activist collectives and academia, student self-organized groups, something like that, but not through the galleries. So it's a bit different modes of dissemination, but also brings our collective into very interesting kind of attention, because you always have to translate local into international, international into local, and this procedure of translation, it really makes it exciting.
Yeah, in fact, so the art, the whole notion of art's become much broader than what it was, which in fact gives it more potency for a larger range of groups of people.
No, for us it's really also make very few sense to address the work just kind of limited number of art crowd or art professionals. For us it's very important to find another audiences, another modes of distribution that helps to question society at large, so not just kind of particular this segment of cultural industry.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.